Hi, Quincy. Being you've played a lot of defensive end. Have you played? I assume you're going to be an outside linebacker. Have you ever played that position?
Can you tell Grandma, can she quiet down, please?
Yeah, I'm sorry about that.
That's okay. Yeah. Have you? I assume the Steelers want to use you as an outside linebacker. Do you feel you'd be comfortable fitting in there?
Absolutely. I feel I've displayed the ability to be able to play in space on film. I've been asked to do a lot over my time at Temple and in Miami. And I feel that I build. Of course I have some improvement. I would definitely have some work to do, but I'm 100% confident in my ability to play linebacker.
Alan Saunders, Pittsburgh Sports Now.
Hey Quincy, I noted that it seems like you come up with the football a lot. You got a lot of tackles for loss is a comparison. Percentage of your tackles, a bunch of forced fumbles, fumble recoveries. What do you attribute that to?
My goal every time I step on the field is just to be disruptive. And however that may be, whether that may be getting a sack fumble, whether that may be pressuring the quarterback, whether that may be getting a TFL, making a big play on a running back, helping my teammate make a big play, whatever the case may be, whether it be special teams, blocking field goals. My goal when I step on the field every time is just to be disruptive.
Mike Prizzuta, DVE.
Quincy, what in your mind defines Temple tough? And did you bring that to Miami with you, and are you bringing it to Pittsburgh?
Yeah, Temple tough is a mentality, not just physically tough, but mentally tough. And it's a mentality that you got to bring every day, and it's something that's we're kind of conditioned to be. And, if you look at any Temple football players that have went pro in the past, you'll see that there's a difference in their mentality than guys that come from elsewhere.
Brian Batko, Post-Gazette.
Hey, Quincy, congratulations. Seeing a lot of the draft projections for you were, rounds 3, 4, maybe 5, where you ultimately got picked. How much of a chip does this put on your shoulder as you come to Pittsburgh here?
I'm definitely not, number one, I'd like to say that it's a dream come true. I appreciate the opportunity. It's a huge blessing to be drafted in any round. Of course, I expected to go higher in the draft. I'm gonna shoot you straight. I thought I was gonna go higher. It was a long 3 days sitting on the couch. But that's kind of been the story of my life. I wasn't highly recruited coming out of high school. I had to work my way into a starting role at Temple. I even coming out of Miami, you see it. Somehow, I became second fiddle, and I've always had to prove myself and just work a little bit harder. It's nothing new to me.
Jenna Harner, PXI.
Quincy, just what does it mean to you to be a Pittsburgh Steeler, and do you know anything about the Steelers? Do you have any previous knowledge about this team?
Yeah, well, I mean, that's actually funny. I know a lot about the Steelers because I've grown up in Baltimore. I was on the opposite side of the rivalry. So I know a lot about the Steelers. I watch them every year. And it's a huge blessing to be playing, be in the same room as guys like Bud Dupree, T.J. Watt. That's a huge blessing in itself.
Chris Adamski, Trim.
Hey, Quincy. Nice to meet you this way. It says, your NFLcom profile says very average athletically. And I said that sounds like a put down, but in a way it's a compliment. You've been this productive to get to this point. All the sacks you get. I don't want to say how do you overcome that, but how have you become so productive whenever that way?
Yeah, somehow along the way, during this draft process, I'm kind of labeled as, not the most athletic guy. I'm not a guy that will just run a 4.3. I'm not going to jump a 45-inch vertical, You know, but I have decent athleticism. But I'm a technician, and I'm a football player. I mean, when you know I line up in front of a guy, you know, my technique and my football intelligence is what's gonna make me a good player. While I still possess athleticism.
Noah Strackbean, Sports Illustrated.
Hey, Quincy, congratulations. Going back to the Steelers, how excited are you to get to play with TJ Watt, and what do you think of him?
I'm excited, man. I'm excited. You know, I've always watched this defense. You know, and this is right up my alley. You know, hard nose, you know, rugged football. This is right up my alley. And you know, it worked out. Even though you know I went low in the draft, but it worked out. You know, there isn't too many programs in the league that would have been a better fit than the Steelers. You know, I'm excited to be here, and you know, I can't wait to start improving. You know, and just get to work.
Chris Carter, DK.
Hey, Quincy, when I watch your tape, man, I see violent hands that do a lot of different pass rush moves. You seem to have developed different ways to beat people inside and outside. Can you talk about your process to getting to have all those different moves and maybe some things that you want to keep working on as you get to the pros?
Yeah, you know, just a lot of repetition. You know, and that's with anything. The only way you'll be good in this game is if you do it 1,000 times before game day. So, you know, I attribute anything to repetition, the hard work and my preparation. But yeah.
Tim Benz, Trib.
Since you've been drafted here, or any conversations that you might have had with the Steelers in the pre-draft process, what have they told you about the opportunity for playing time this season, given that they've lost a couple guys at this position during free agency?
Yeah, well, you know, obviously it's a position that you know that there's some flexibility. Whether you know there's opportunity there, but you know I understand nothing will be given to me. You know, I understand that I'll have to come in and I'll have to work and I'll have to grind. But you know that's right up my alley. Like I said, you know the programs that I come from in Temple, in Miami, growing up in Baltimore, you know that's right up my alley. You know, hard nose, hard work, blue collar. Yeah.
And last question, Jeff Hawthorne, DVE. 93.7.
Hey, Quincy, it sounds like from the background noise, your family likes to have fun. What are these Ravens Steelers games going to be like now in your family?
I'm not sure. You know, I'll be totally honest. You know, I'm in a house full of Ravens fans. But I just told them today I don't even want to see the color purple. You know, I'm on my way to. I got somebody dropping off a terrible towel to me tonight. I don't even want to see the color purple anymore.
Thank you so much, Quincy. We appreciate